day 9 of Accelerate to Awesome. My name is Etrulia Troy Lee, and I'm the CEO and founder of Women Enlightened and Economically Empowered, where we help you create your best life through helping you to flourish in mind, body, and assets. I am so delighted you are with us today. Your day 8 assignment was to look at what you wrote in terms of what your ideal life would look like and make a decision as to whether or not you believed you could achieve it or you didn't believe you couldn't achieve it. Now, if you looked at that and says, yes, I believe this is absolutely possible for me, wonderful. You may want to skip the next 2 days as we talk about what we call limiting beliefs. Or you may just want to hang around just to hear the information as well. But if you looked at that and said, this was a nice little trip down fantasy land, but I really don't believe this is possible for me, we ask you to ask yourself, why not? And whatever the reasons you wrote why you believe this is not possible for you is what we call a limiting belief. A limiting belief is a belief that you hold that holds you back from moving forward in an area in your life where people have indeed moved forward in. So a limiting belief could be something like, let's just take the example that we used yesterday of being a full-time artist. The limiting belief could be artists starve. Well, is that really true? There are some artists who are flourishing, but if the limiting belief is that most artists starve, then that's what's holding you back from moving forward. You can replace that belief with a new belief, because our beliefs are not absolute truths, guys. There's just something that we've come to believe. So you can replace that with a better thought, and the new belief can be, many artists make it, and I'm going to be one of them. That's an empowering belief. That's an empowering belief that helps you to move forward. I had a limiting belief of that I could not speak in front of people. Now, why did I believe that to be true? Well, because as a child, I really stuttered. I stuttered really bad. I had to go to speech therapy in elementary school. So the thought of me being in front of people earning a living through giving speeches was like, you got to be kidding, right? I said, I can't do that. Why can't I do that? Well, because I just can't. So I found myself in a job where, voila, I was speaking in front of people. And then I found out, hey, this is very comfortable for me. So that limiting belief was shredded simply because I was put in a situation where I had to get up in front of people and speak. I had a limiting belief regarding which individuals I was comfortable talking to, especially as it came to my business. And I did not want to talk to high net worth individuals. So if you made over a certain amount of money, I automatically assumed, my limiting belief, that I wasn't good enough to speak with you. So as a result, I limited myself in social settings of speaking to individuals who could have benefited from my services. But my limiting belief was, if they're a high net worth individual, I'm not able to speak with them. Now, here's the thing. At the root of that limiting belief was a self-esteem issue when you really look at it. But I had a belief that these people were better than me, and therefore I couldn't talk to them. So Eleanor Roosevelt has an amazing quote, and it says, never give anyone permission. No, never make anyone make you feel inferior. That's not quite it. I'm going to try that one more time. No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Never give it. That's the exact quote. No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Never give it. And I was giving people permission to make me feel inferior. So I had to replace that limiting belief with a new belief. And my new belief went something like this. I have something valuable to share with everyone that I meet. With everyone that I meet. And with that new belief, I was able to speak to amazing individuals and really grow my network. And you know, your network is your net worth. So I was able to grow my network because I started speaking to individuals who I felt comfortable speaking to. I no longer felt uncomfortable speaking to simply because they had a high net worth. There are many limiting beliefs. They come in all shapes and sizes. One limiting belief that I know that a lot of Christian women have is that money is the root of all evil. The Bible doesn't say that, by the way. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. So some people have a limiting belief about earning money. If they earn too much, they feel somehow they're not as godly or they're not as close to God if they're earning money. And that's a limiting belief. that money is the root of all evil. That is simply not true. Another limiting belief could be you have to have money to make money. We have too many rags to riches story in our country to tell you that that is simply not true. So what are some things that you believe, and why do you believe you can't achieve whatever it is you wrote as your ideal life? And we want you to look at the reasons you write as to why I can't do this, and say, where did this belief come from? And once you identify it, we want you to give it a brand new belief. And those are called affirmations regarding what you believe that you can do. So we're going to talk more about limiting beliefs tomorrow, but let's get started looking at what some beliefs you have right now that may be holding you back. Okay, this is Trulia Troy Lee signing off. And as always, life is not a dress rehearsal. You only get one chance. Create your best life now. Blessings and bubbles, and I'll see you tomorrow.